This is someone we cannot trust. This is someone who lacks the character to do this job, someone who lacks the integrity to do this job. We know that. Our Republican colleagues know that. The only qualification Kash Patel has to be FBI director is that when everyone else in the first Trump administration said, no, I won't do that, that crosses moral, ethical, and legal lines, Kash Patel said, sign me up. In the first Trump administration, as we are seeing in the second, you rise to the level of your sycophancy, and no one is a bigger or more dangerous sycophant than Kash Patel. This political hack does not deserve to be in this building. He can't do the job. He won't protect the public. He will misuse the resources of the Bureau. He will weaponize it against the president's political opponents rather than protecting the safety, the public safety of the American people.
Adam Schiff is the worst criminal in Congress in the last 250 years. And what broke that we're going to talk about right now is Adam Schiff met with a whistleblower. Adam Schiff went to the podium day after day after day saying, I know nothing about this. We're not going to discuss it. We're going to protect it. And then Adam Schiff, led the prosecution of the impeachment trial in the Senate of President Donald Trump. Talk about someone who was conflicted out of the game because he was part of the hoax that brought Charmella in, manufactured that false accusation, and then peddled it out to the world. And he continued, not surprising, he's lied about almost everything in his life. But now he lied just to set up a presidential impeachment. And that's what I was talking about, these disinformation campaigns. And then he should be investigated because he lied to the world about his interactions with Charmella, who was a whistleblower, and I can't stress it enough, that started a presidential impeachment. Now, your history is way better than mine, but I can't remember the last time a president was actually impeached. It's a significant process and escalation, and it's reserved for the time when it actually shows a crime, not when it shows the manufacture of fake information to show a fake crime.
So out of all my predictions, I think I was the most wrong about Kash Patel. I thought RFK will get the Kash Patel treatment. Kash Patel barely got in. I think it was a 51-48 vote. And hey, he comes out swinging. But as you saw from the intro, Democrats are spooked. Of course they're spooked. Why wouldn't they be spooked? Because they prosecuted Trump, right? For about 8 years, the Russia hoax story. Adam Schiff is sitting here talking about how Kash Patel's a political hack. But I find it rich that he's the guy who got pardoned. I thought innocent people don't need pardons, Adam Schiff, but you got a pardon. And it seems like you had no problem getting the pardon either. You pushed the Russian laptop story, not the Russian laptop story. You pushed the hoax story that Trump was somehow a spy for Putin, right? Y'all remember? Y'all don't remember 8 years ago when Adam Schiff was out here saying, we got damning evidence to get Donald Trump, to prosecute Donald Trump. You turn a blind eye as Joe Biden's DOJ went after Donald Trump and everyone who even associated themselves with him. But you worried about what Kash Patel's going to do. Don't dish it out if you can't take it, Adam Schiff. And this is so hypocritical from the Democratic Party. They come out swinging. Hey, we think we got cause to investigate Donald Trump, and we do it. So if Donald Trump takes the same playbook you just did, he's leading by your example. But Democrats, you can't sit here, throw haymakers. And then when Donald Trump brushes himself up and gets ready to throw his own haymaker, oh, wait. We need to stop politicizing the DOJ. We need to stop weaponizing government after you just did it. The Senate Thursday confirmed Kash Patel to lead the FBI. Patel has widespread support of Republicans, even Mitch McConnell, who argued that the Trump nominee would have reformed the nation's top law enforcement agency after decades of corruption. Mr. Patel should be our next FBI director because the FBI has been afflicted by political bias. It has. You got pro-lifers getting arrested because they're praying in a vicinity of an abortion clinic. Come on. Catholics getting knock on their door. Trying to protect their institution of power. They're trying to maintain their control over these agencies. I already said it a lot on this channel. A lot of these agencies are ran by Democrats. They put their little ideological purity test as part of hiring standards to weed out people who don't align with their political bias. They weaponized the FBI against the American people. Mr. Patel knows this. Mr. Patel exposed it, and Mr. Patel has been targeted for it. And this is what they're really mad about. He was the toughest vote to do. Like, imagine. Kash Patel is the first Indian American to be FBI director, and he was hired based on merit, not skin color. See how that works, Democrats? It's insulting and racist to think racial minorities can't be hired without a boost for their skin color. DEI is a scam. And he's hurting a lot of their little narratives that they try to perpetuate here. But hey, it don't stop them from doing what they need to do. So here is, I forgot this congresswoman's name, but she's trying to make this claim. She's trying to use these oppositions that Republicans have within their ranks about Kash Patel as Republicans of integrity.
I remind our colleagues on the other side of the aisle that Bill Barr wrote that putting Patel in charge of the FBI, promoting him in any way, would only happen, quote, over his dead body, end quote. Gina Haspel threatened to resign to stop Patel from becoming her deputy. And John Bolton said that Patel demonstrated no policy aptitude at all. Mr. President, these are staunch, lifelong Republicans. They are experienced and respected people. I may not agree in any way with everything they've said or done, nor does everyone here, but we do agree that they are people of integrity.
So I don't know why those Republicans are against Kash Patel, but this is a good sign. As an American, I see this as a good sign. Look at Robert Mueller. No one voted against him. Look at James Comey. Only one person went against him. Look at Christopher Wray. 5 people went against him. Look at Kash Patel. That signifies that Kash Patel will be a change agent. That tells you everything you need to know. The only one they fear is the only one who can fix the FBI. And he gave a fiery statement, which is what I'm going to highlight here before I go into this video. Kash Patel issues fiery statement with a dire warning after being confirmed as FBI director. This is from the Gateway Pundit. As reported by the Gateway Pundit earlier, the U.S. Senate has voted to confirm Kash Patel as America's next FBI director. His confirmation did not come easily. 2 of the Senate lead rhinos, Lisa Murkowski, I think that's how you say it, of Alaska, and Susan Collins of Maine. And I think Donald Trump is withholding federal funding from Maine for some reason. I don't know if this is in any relation, but I just decided to throw that in there. Voted against him while every single Democrat voted no, which only seems partisan in my view. And the reason why I think a lot of these Democrats are voting no is it goes back to Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff, in the intro that I just showed you for this video, he explained purely the last 4 years what was going on in our United States of America under Biden's leadership. And he's sitting here and pretending that Donald Trump is going to do something unprecedented when, if you just look back at the last 4 years, everything you claim that Trump is going to do, you already have done. So for some reason, you always hold Republicans to a higher standard than you hold Democrats, than Democrats hold themselves. The Senate broke the filibuster on Patel's nomination in a 51-47 vote earlier on Thursday. Patel has released his first comments since his confirmation, and MAGA Nation will love them. His fiery statements should also send shivers down the spines of the deep state and Americans' enemies. I have honored to be confirmed as the 9th director of FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Patel wrote on X, "Thank you, Trump and President Trump and Attorney General Bondi for your unwavering confidence and support." Patel then vowed to end two-tier justice system, which is what many Americans have seen from the FBI. Two-tier justice system. Democrats can't deny it. How y'all going to investigate Donald Trump, prosecute Donald Trump because it's politically convenient for the FBI, which is overwhelmingly dominated at least 70% of the time by Democratic voters, Democratic supporters. You find just give them a reason they're going after him. But for Hillary Clinton, oh, it was a mistake. Oh, Joe Biden, he's too senile and old to be prosecuted. Like, make it make sense. These are the things that people are seeing from the FBI. And the fact that Adam Schiff is sitting here trying to virtue signal when his butt needed a pardon after the lies that he peddled. How does Adam Schiff expect American people to trust anything that comes out of his mouth when it comes to the law? The FBI has a storied legacy from the G-men to safeguarding our nation in the wake of 9/11. The American people deserve an FBI that is transparent, accountable, and committed to justice, he stated. The politicization of our justice system has eroded public trust, but that ends today. Because end of the day, Kash Patel does not get support from the American people. Kash Patel doesn't have an opportunity to get in if you didn't politicize the FBI in the first place, Democrats. My mission as director is clear. Let good cops be cops and rebuild trust in the FBI. He added, working alongside the dedicated men and women of the Bureau and our partners, we will rebuild an FBI the American people can be proud of. And that's a reasonable goal. That's a reasonable goal because look at the last three. Oversaw Trump administration, Biden administration, and look what happened. The trust in the FBI continues to go lower and lower. Because all these people wanted was control. That's it. That's all they wanted. They wanted control. So without further ado, let's get into a clip of some of the reactions of Kash Patel getting accepted and why many of these people are actually, I think, fearful of Kash Patel being confirmed.
I mean, you have no issue with an FBI director that has an enemies list made up of basically critics?
I wouldn't call that an enemies list. That's what the media likes to call it. What he was doing is exposing what he felt like was truth, and I don't think he was far off base. He's also the one that exposed the hypocrisy coming out of the FBI and exposed what Director Wray was doing, and by weaponizing the FBI to go after political enemies.
It's simple. End of the day, the American people can easily see that from his statements, right? Christopher Wray, he's resigned before reports came out about the FBI. FBI was revising crime data to put out this narrative that crime was down. Y'all remember that? FBI has become a political arm of the Democratic Party, and this is some of the motives that I am prescribing to the Democrats in their vehement defense of this institution, of institutions in general. If you look at any department, just do this. You pick any department in the government, and it's overwhelmingly ran by Democrats. Look at Washington. Washington voted 92% for the Democratic candidate of the 2024 election, Kamala Harris. 92%. Other states, 51, 53, at best, 55%. But Washington, 92%? And you wonder why the Democrats are up in arms about Kash Patel. Because he's going to disrupt their little process they have here. And this is all it's been. It's always been about politics. It's always been about power for the Democrats. Power and control. This is why I call Democratic Party the party of bureaucracy, not democracy. I digress.
You've got to remember, this is the same FBI that was going after Catholic churches, think that they could be a domestic terrorist organization. They were the same people that went after parents for going to school board meetings during COVID. This is an organization that should be mission focused on keeping all Americans safe, not weaponize themselves after political foes by treating President Trump's classified documents completely different than what they treated Biden's classified documents. And no one can say that they weren't classified documents. Either they are or they're not. Why were they treated different? Kash Patel
had two different special counsels, but
it doesn't make any difference. The FBI wrote a report feeling sorry for Biden.
See, defenders of the Democrats. This is the label of the mainstream media. Defenders of the Democrats. Why you got to open your mouth? Oh, it's two different cases. No, they're not. Special counsel, special counsel. Democrats always think they're different. D for different. Always different. It's always different when a Democrat does it. But then you get mad when people like me, independents, right-leaning independents, Republicans, conservatives, we come out and say, look at this two-tier justice system. You always got an excuse.
And said that it's probably
that was the
not
special
worth-
counsel, not the FBI.
Well, the FBI was the one that did the investigation. And so what I'm saying is Kash Patel is the one that exposed the hypocrisy going on there, and he's somebody that can restore the faith back in it. This is why law enforcement overwhelmingly supported him. He had 3,100 law enforcement officers, current law enforcement officers, that supported Kash Patel to be the director of FBI.
Why would somebody who looks like he is eager to politicize the FBI be an answer to what you are?
What do you mean politicize? He didn't politicize it. Director Wray and the Biden administration politicized it. He's wanting to restore.
He's a group
mission
called
focus.
Government Gangsters and called a cabal of unelected tyrants.
How is that politicizing? That wasn't an enemy's.
Bro, he just described what y'all was doing. If I call someone a thug and he's acting like a thug, you're gonna get mad. Oh, you look at him. He's cavalier about holding these people accountable. That's what it comes across to us. End of the day, you might have an argument if it was unprecedented. No, this is going to be the first time someone's going to weaponize or use such overt political language against their opposition. But we already experienced that with Biden already. And I'm tired of this pretend amnesia that these media people have. And this is why I think many people are tired of the mainstream media, because many people feel manipulated. This is why, like, I think a lot of people get their news, they rather get their news from content creators such as myself, who's just in my room, because they know Kenny's just giving his opinion. Kenny's giving his honest commentary, his take. I can see the video. Kenny's referencing something on the video. I can reference it too. I don't have to come to the same conclusions as Kenny. I can give Kenny some feedback. I think he's misinterpreted this. I think he's too biased here, right? But hearing these media hacks, these mainstream media hacks, they're so disconnected from the audience that they speak to that they live in a bubble. That's the honest way that's the only way I can explain it. They live in a bubble where they're not exposed to the thinking of the common American, the common man, the common person here in America, and how they're interpreting, how they're seeing how all this stuff is playing out. The constant inconsistencies when it comes to how you cover Republicans versus how you cover Democrats. When Republicans do something, you assume the worst. When Democrats do something, you assume the best. People are tired of this inconsistency. I digress, though. Let the video wrap up.
These lists, that was in his book, and he was exposing the decisions that they had made at the time. When you start saying that he's going to politicize it, he's made it very clear that he's wanting to put them back in focus for protecting American people and get them out of the political game that they've been playing for 8 years, really, because they did it underneath Hillary and they did it underneath Biden.
Or Hillary wasn't president.
Secretary of State.
Okay. Senator Mark Wayne Mullen of the great state of Oklahoma. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate
Hey,
it.
that's what they're scared of. He's being endorsed by all these law enforcement officers, and oh, no one can respect Kash Patel. Kash Patel's a political hack. They're scared. They're scared that Kash Patel's going to start investigating their little money laundering scheme, right? Here's an example, right? I think California spent. Sorry, guys. This is a slight segue. Transportation Secretary Duffy, California's high-speed rail boondoggle is over. It's been 17 years and $16 billion, and no rails has been built. So if you want to go protest somewhere, if you want to shout at someone, go to the governor's mansion and go talk to Democrats. Democrats, what y'all doing with the money? Y'all want Americans to donate and spend all this money for what? For what? To enrich yourselves? To continue politicizing, weaponizing the government for your own personal gain? This is ridiculous, man. And I think this is one of the reasons why they're so fearful of him, honestly. And that's a good thing. They're doing the same thing with RFK. Like, the Democrats don't understand their blatant dismissal of the concerns that the American people have and pretending that it's not based on reality is the fallacy that Democrats will fall on. This is the hill the Democrats choose to die on. But hey, whatever. It's their party, it's their message, it's their framing, it's their perspective. They can do whatever the hell they want to do with that. But here's reality. Kash Patel's FBI director. A lot of people are excited to see what he's going to do. Let's see how his approach to end politicization in these institutions will go forth. And I'm willing to see how it goes. Because at the end of the day, no one's regretting change. Because insanity's doing the same thing over and over again, hiring the same kind of people over and over again and expecting a different result. So we try something new. But I digress. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I would like to hear what you guys are thinking. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Share the video if you feel so inclined. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.